Hey guys, how are you doing? In this tutorial, I want to go through how the NeoPixel 5.2 tutorial number 5 works. So the first thing we're going to notice that is in our main.py file, we still have a lookup color function. So that matches a single numerical value with its corresponding RGB value. Okay, so you can see there's a lot of 10s here, and there's the number 14. And of course, we can use a bunch of other numbers and colors, just like I mentioned in my last video. Down here, you're going to notice that the what's called the if-else chain is much, much larger. Okay, so it's much, much longer. Also note that before there was 4 parameters, and this one there's actually 3 parameters. So the first parameter is what is the next message we're going to go to. So from message 1, we're going to go to message 2. From message 2, we're going to go to message 3. From 3, we go to 4. 4, we go to 5. Okay, so pretty straightforward. And of course, at the very end, just to make sure our message continues or repeats, from message 11, we go back to message number 1. Now, assuming you want to animate your animation, I guess, you want the duration of the time to be as fast as possible. So that's why the middle value is always 0. Now, of course, you can change that if you want that frame to last a little bit longer. But most of the time when we're just animating something, it's going to be the value of 0 is going to be the second value. The last parameter, global variables message 1, is that it's referencing in the global variables file the message array that we're looking at right here. And of course, because there's 11 messages here, there's also 11 if-else chains over here. And what we're really doing here is we're drawing each frame one at a time. So we're drawing all the frames of our animation. So I'm just going to do a find all, and I'm going to click on 14, and I'm just going to slowly scroll down so you can kind of get an idea of what the animation might look like. Now, of course, this code is also available online, and you can download and try this out in my other example. But this is just trying to illustrate that the person is moving along right here. Right, so it's actually pretty straightforward. A lot of the stuff is the same as what you learned in 5.1, okay, except that because this is an animation, you have to show each frame as a message one at a time. And the last thing I want to mention is that you'll notice that I stopped at message number 11. This is because the memory of our NeoPixel is not large enough to handle more than 11 messages. So once you get beyond 11 message, as in if you try to get 12 messages here, your program or your code is not going to work. So that's why I purposely ended at message number 11. Okay, if you have more than 11 frames in your animation, what you'll need to do is you'll need to split your code up into different parts. So for example, I might have, like this might be part 1. So I might rename this to part 1, part 1, okay, and then I just copy and paste that. Okay, and of course then this would be part 2. Okay, and then you would of course change the code in the global variables for part 2, right? And so you would change that animation so that it's following up from message number 11 from the first one. All right, so that concludes this tutorial. We'll see you guys next time.